You have to realize this. Being motivated to be creative, especially over 40, is no easy task. Sure, you need the will and the talent, but there's an application of self that I never knew and gurus never tell you. Let me explain. Yeah, better. One of the biggest mistakes I ever made in my 20s and 30s was believing that I would magically be recognized for my talent. I thought just because I can do this artistic thing that I would have work magically appear on my desk and be inundated with requests. When that didn't happen and I had to go and get corporate jobs, I felt like an artistic failure. Don't you just hate seeing other less talented people than yourself who do what you do, but they're doing it full time? Yeah, me too. While you're there trying to work out how to get your career off the ground, they're moving past you at lightning speed. And if you're anything like me, I felt like an artistic fraud. But here's the thing. You need to do the work. You see, I hear you. You're saying, but I'm a creative. I don't want to deal with logical things like analytics or the back end of business. Yeah, you do. Because being a creative is great, but you must be accountable for everything else because you're not just a creative. You're in the business of being you. And that, my friend, needs a drill sergeant. Today I'm drawing a character that represents the motivation that we could all use to prepare our creative comeback. We could all use a drill sergeant to hold us accountable for our actions and keep us motivated to be aligned with our purpose. Shall we? In the early 1990s, I was really into spiritual well-being, and I attended various seminars with all the great motivational speakers who came to London. Speakers like Tony Robbins, Brendan Burchard, Les Brown, all of them that came at one time or another, because I wanted to learn how to take back my power from all the struggles I'd been facing at the time. I decided to take a friend along with me to one of these events who I thought would enjoy the messages of how to move past the blockages in their life, because I was also going through that. And I thought it'd be a great idea if we both learned how to discover the power within from these elite motivational speakers. When we got to the arena, we couldn't believe how many people were there. It was like a sea of truth seekers, just like us, waiting outside with anticipation to get the keys to personal power. The crowd was so immense that it was like a rock star was coming to town or something. We found our seats and there was music and a real positive energy in the room. At one point there was like a ticker tape parade, cheerleaders, and just this vibe that was enlightening. This particular seminar was a 3-day event from the Friday afternoon and ended on a Sunday evening. We attended each day and was amazed at the wealth of information and transformation intended to empower. On the last day, the Sunday evening, the speakers at this event gave us all a call to action to take the information and go deeper, step closer to find our calling in life. And as the last speaker left the stage and curtains closed, the house lights and the music was turned up and it became this party-like atmosphere. It didn't feel like it was the end of the show, but more like the beginning of greater things to come. My friend and I made our way out the venue armed with the booklets and things we purchased from the concession stand over the weekend. The moment we got outside, my friend said these words which stunned me. He said, "So now what? That whole weekend meant nothing to me." Complete silence from my end. Because if you were there, you would have seen the shocked look on my face, and you would have heard a pin drop, and you would have felt the moment the energy shifted from momentous to motionless, dedication to despair. For me, everything started to move in slow motion, because I watched my friend go from being in the moment the entire weekend to right back to his miserable self. His face assumed the position of sadness again, and I watched him as what seemed to be seconds where he put on this pain and suffering like it was an overcoat. "I can't believe," he said. "Now what?" I eventually found my voice and I turned to him and said, "You were at the same seminar I was, right?" He looked puzzled and he muttered under his breath, "Yeah, but it's back to work tomorrow, Monday morning, and same old, you know?" Wow, what a perspective. Talking of perspectives, our drill sergeant character here is in no way trying to put you down or belittle you. His intention is to hold you accountable. Our sergeant is a leader who tells you to show up and grow up so you can find the leader within. Isn't that right, monkey? Yeah. Can you relate to what my friend said? Or do you know somebody like that? Because I found it hard to believe that less than a minute after leaving that inspirational weekend, someone could return to the state of inertia, a condition and narrative where being negative feels comfortable. You see, the motivator that speaks to you isn't the one from a stage, but from the stage of your self-worth. It's not procrastination that stops you from using your creativity to build greatness. It's fear. Sure, it's a matter of perspective, but how selective is the rest when you don't want to show your best? How you do one thing is how you do everything. Life can feel like a battlefield sometimes, right? Our character here is saying, "Get in line!" But he's not yelling at you. He's reminding you that your talent is very much alive and very much overdue. But it needs structure, which is the same thing I needed to gain confidence to be creative over 40 and now in my 50s. I had to be my own drill sergeant. I told myself, discipline over victim is how to win. And so can you. Okay, I think our character is done. The drill sergeant. But it's not just a drawing. Hopefully he's drawing you to see that when life tells you to sit down, you don't stay down. You look up, get up, and keep moving. Remember my friend and the overcoat of despair? Feeling stuck and overwhelmed, you need to stop overthinking everything and take actionable steps. I'd like to share this with you. Clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. And that's what my friend at the time wasn't prepared to do. Unlike you, because this episode is in a long series of being fearless over 40. So consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future episodes like this one. And if you need motivation, let's turn this conversation into a strategy so you can have more time to align with a life that you design. The link is in the description below. But before you go, can I suggest you watch this video next? It's about beating procrastination, so you can continue to be fearless over 40. See you next time.